We're gabbing with Greenwood. Greenwood Gab.
Welcome back to Greenwood Gab. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Sarah.
And we love libraries.
We do. We love them so much that we work at them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working at libraries since I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I had some breaks in between, but that was my very first high school job, was at a public library.
I haven't been working at libraries that long, but I've loved libraries my whole life. I used to do the summer reading program at my public library, and my mom would take me to the library to different events. So,
yeah, I still remember when there were like VHS tapes in these locked cabinets, and you had to go up with a piece of paper with which one you wanted. And then the person at the desk would unlock the cabinet and release the VHS tape. But what was terrible was when a person in line in front of you requested that one. And then you were like, no, that was mine.
now people are going to think we're old.
I am old.
We're not that old.
I'm VHS tape and locked cases at a public library old.
The way to measure age, I guess.
It's that commercial, you know, and it's like, he who speaks of fax machines or whatever that, it was like all this outdated office technology.
Gosh, and my first library job in 2012, we still had a fax machine. So I had to walk people through how to use the fax machine. It was this little thing that it was like that had the phone attached, and you had to dial the number to get the directions and then followed the directions. It was a whole thing.
Well, why we're talking about how much we love libraries is because we wanted to know why you all love libraries.
Yeah. So we asked you and had you come record snippets of why you love either this library or libraries in general.
So yeah. So why do you love libraries? Let's find out.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Maureen Wells-McKay, and I serve as the AVP of Health and Wellbeing.
My name is Dr. Brandon Creech. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist at Counseling and Psychological Services.
So my name is Andrew Edgehill. I am a student assistant here at the library.
Hi, this is Kathy Charleston.
Hello, this is Kate Culver. Samantha Dunn Miller.
I'm Danielle.
My name is Grace.
My name is Julia Koenig.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Rackenow.
Hi, my name is Jade.
Hi, my name's Ashwin.
Hi, my name is Aiden Brown.
Hello, my name is Justin Elliott.
My name is Lindsay.
One of the things I really love about Greenwood Library is I do believe it's the heart of our campus. In many ways, it's central to our campus. It is always friendly here at the library. I've come in with really interesting questions, strange questions, legitimate questions, and I've always been encountered with a friendly staff professional.
Also, the kind of the outreach that you all do, the programming has always been really amazing. I can think back to my own undergraduate experiences. Our library did not put on like programming very often, so I really appreciate the way that you're able to kind of form connections with the students. And I know as someone that teaches classes in the psychology department, having connections to the library staff, like are there experts in their specific area about resources? I know I've referred many students to the library to kind of gain assistance from the staff. It's been really nice.
One of the favorite things about the library is definitely the staff and the people that work here. Everyone's super nice and willing to help out.
I love the library because you can be yourself there. You can read whatever you like. You can be in a quiet place. People don't go shh anymore. I grew up with librarians going shh. But it's a wonderful, warm, welcoming place to always come to and feel good about being there.
And the reason I love the library is that it has been a consistent, safe place in the entire world where I can always rely on. When I was a little girl, I'm from a military family, and no matter where we were stationed, every Saturday my mom took us to the library. And so that was a consistent thing amongst all the changes in my life. And there were always books to read and friends to make. And that's why I love the library.
I do love
all libraries, but since I began working here at Greenwood, I have an affinity for this library now. I love our student workers. They run our desk primarily, and they do such a wonderful job. They are tasked with meeting the public, and they do a very, very good job with lots of responsibilities. So I have fallen in love with them, but also just our whole staff in general. I think we have a really like a family vibe. And when we're given anything to do, everybody just jumps in and takes care of the task. And so that's why I love Greenwood.
I love the library because it is a very quiet place to study. And I love seeing everyone here because they're so super nice. And I also like all the treats that you guys kind of do for us, like during big events, like midterms and stuff.
My favorite thing about the library is probably like how tall the shelves are and how like you go upstairs and it's like a maze. Like the library is like my safe place. So like just walking down like all the aisles of all the different books, like there's so many different like genres to like read from. So like that's probably my favorite thing is like the diversity of the books.
I love coming to the library to do my work. It's a nice place to just sit down and relax, read a book, or get some homework done.
I like going to the library because it's a nice spot to sit in between classes and I can print stuff, which is nice. Yeah. The librarian's actually helping us print stuff right now, so it's really kind of her.
My favorite part of the library is it gives us a place to go in between classes. I love especially with study groups. My favorite room is the second floor. There's like a study room and it's really nice. You know, it's kind of like an escape from everything.
One of the reasons why I like the library is because it's super quiet and I get to do my work.
Place has great service. I literally just came from asking from a really specific book order, and the lady I was talking to still hasn't given up on helping me look for it yet, which, wow, I never see that anywhere else. And every time I've come here, it's always been really nice and quiet, perfect place to study. Literally have couches, even their own little rooms for study sessions. Like, I used to have a library near where I lived. We had none of that. So yeah, this is incredible. I really, really like this place. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
And the reason I love the Greenwood Library is because every time I come in, there's always some calm sense of aura that I can just come in and just forget about life and be able to focus on myself, focus on my academics, and get what I need to get done for the day in the safe, inclusive environment.
I like the library because I always take the time to come here and just do my work. Though I may not be a reader time to time because English is not my subject, but I do love coming here and just studying my work in like peace and quiet.
I like the library because I can come here to study if I want to sit in a room by myself, or if I want to go into the room where I can talk to my friends and work with other people, or if I need to find children's books for lesson plans, and I can just come here to study whenever I need to be able to focus.
Well, that was great to hear why people love libraries and love our library.
Yeah, it's always, nice to hear love.
It's true. Love is great to hear.
So, Sarah,
yeah,
why do you love libraries? Like, what got you into being a librarian?
I was a sociology undergrad major, and when I finished, I went out to California and I was working with people who were living at or below the poverty line, both housed and unhoused people. And one of the things that I really saw in that community where I lived was how important the public library was to people's lives. And I really wanted to work in a place where I could make an impact on people's lives. And so I thought libraries are a great community center that can bring about positive change, whether it's just like giving somebody a place to get out of the rain for a couple of hours or to get some free internet access, or now with my job here, helping students learn how to do research so that they can take these skills out into their lives after college. So I think that that's really why I became a librarian, because I see how important libraries can be in everyone's lives. We're a great equalizer, I think. How about you? Why did you decide to become a librarian?
Well, I don't know if I have that heartfelt a story. I kind of fell into librarianship. I was an English major in undergrad and had no idea what I wanted to do with that until like senior year, when I was like, oh, I'm graduating. I have to find a job. So I actually bought a book called Best Jobs for English Majors or something like that. Or maybe it had a number in it, like how many jobs that are best for English majors. I don't remember. But one of those jobs was librarian. So I started, ironically, researching the profession and realized that it was something I was interested in. And then, you know, I still don't think I was really ready for a career yet. So I was like, well, you know, to be a librarian, you need a master's degree. So I'll go to grad school.
There you go.
So I did end up getting a part-time job at a public library while I was in grad school. So it worked out that, you know, I was already in grad school to be a librarian. So I actually really liked working in a library. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't. But yeah, so, you know, once I got into library school and really working in the library, I love how libraries, you know, provide access to information for everyone. So, you know, there's no gatekeeping here. Like we teach people how to sort through all of the free information that's out there to find what's really good information. How many times can I say the word information?
And I think for me, I wanted to work in public libraries initially when I went to grad school, and I kind of stumbled into becoming an academic librarian. But I love learning things. I'm a very curious person. I'm the kind of person who watches documentaries for fun, and I can spend an entire night just Googling things because I want to learn about them. And I find it so fun to meet with all the different students we get to have research appointments with and learn about what they're researching and help them find more information. It's just, I am, as a curious person, just like, oh yes, let's find more information. This is so much fun. I don't think the students always agree that it's so much fun, but I find it fun.
Well, we kind of have to because, you know, we work with so many students. I also kind of fell into the academic side of libraries, and it's kind of funny because as an English major, I would tell people I was an English major and most people would be like, oh, so you're going to be a teacher. And I'd be like, no. And I'm not really, but now as an academic librarian, I do teach classes. And so they were sort of right, but not 100%. But I do teach just in a different way. It's funny how life works out sometimes.
Well, that is, I think, this episode of Greenwood Gab. Thank you all for sharing why you love libraries. Shameless plug. Today is March 20th, and it is
Love Your Longwood Day, or Love Your Library Day if you choose to donate to Greenwood Library.
We're, you know, a place where you can show your love in lots of ways, by telling us, by giving us money. But, you know, we'll take it.
Yeah. And that money, when you donate to the library, supports our student assistants who do so much work for the library, some of whom you just heard say why they love the library. So please consider donating to Greenwood Library.
And have a great.
Harry Potter come to die. Probably shouldn't lead with that.
Yeah, we're not Voldemort. We're a fun wizard.